Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to present to you the release notes of Boyum IT's Beas Manufacturing 9.3 PL03. We're going to start out with the highlights and then outline the new features and fixes of the new release. Stay with me and get familiar with all that the new release has to offer. Let's see what we're going to discuss in detail in our video today. As part of SAP and Boyum integration, we have added support to WMS warehouse. Production stock transactions are now able to read information from a WMS warehouse. The production goods receipt can generate WMS information, SSCC and batch extended information. The production good issues now consider WMS information, and you can add reservations, allocations, and QC transfer to a WMS warehouse. We are also going to discuss our new web apps terminal that now includes the backflash app, interruption apps, picking list based on SAP picking list, pick and pack sales order, pick delivery, and the stock transfer request app. The new features of the fresh release include the new window for item version stock detail, the work list feature, which calls for viewing all open routing positions, including parallel resources, the QC transfer target quantity, and we're introducing the Beas service layer, an API to provide communication with Beas business objects, allowing to read data or update information with the REST service. Our feature improvements include better MRP performance, an MRP calculation progress bar, QC transfer based on different documents, work order structure view performance, better performance in the reservation list, APS material check for external operations, and improvement of the script editor. As for system improvements, we have achieved memory usage optimization, especially in MRP, APS, and work order creation. We provide a managed server with more information and additional functions for all Beas services. We have improved Beas installation and added print object CRR report support to the new Crystal engine. For customers who combine Beas manufacturing and WMS, we have worked on the communication between them to support production stock transactions even when they are required in a WMS warehouse. In this version, the users can make production goods issues and goods receipts directly to a WMS warehouse, taking advantage of all features offered by WMS and avoiding having to transfer to an SAP warehouse. In the following section of our video, we're going to talk about our support to WMS warehouses, which is displayed and functioning in several Beas windows. In the time receipt functionality, the automatic pre-assigned process accepts WMS warehouses for issue and also for receipts. For automatic receipts during time receipt, the system reads bin assignment also from the WMS definition. WMS warehouses are now supported in production stock transactions. When a produced item is receipted, the additional WMS information, like the SSCC number, is also created. You can also reserve or allocate materials considering a WMS warehouse structure, as shown in the right image, and cancel material goods issues in work orders. For informational purposes, you can also find data of all types of warehouses supported by Beas: normal, SAP, SAP bin, Beas warehouses, and now WMS warehouses, in the inventory history and batch tracing windows. From the quality control transfer window for WMS warehouses, users can generate all documents: stock transfer, goods issue, goods receipt PO, and issue and receipt. From warehouse and to warehouse fields can be all types or Beas supported warehouse, SAP, Beas bin locations, SAP bin warehouses, and now WMS warehouses. Please note that transferring from a WMS warehouse to a WMS warehouse or between two bin locations of the same WMS warehouse is not possible. For this type of transfer, please use WMS features. Last but not least, we have added WMS support in work order goods issue and goods receipt web apps in our new web app terminal 2.1. In this version, we have the following apps. These new apps include the work order backflash app, which makes it possible to report material issue for a work order, interruption apps to start or stop a resource interruption, picking list based on SAP picking list, pick and pack based on reservation in a sales order, delivery to create a delivery document from reservation, and the stock transfer request app. The work order backflashing app allows for reporting material issue for a work order position. If the parameters post finished items when or automatic material posting are set to be reported as work order backflashing, users can use the app to identify the work order position, the barcode field, and specify the total quantity to be reported. After inputting the number of units, the corresponding quantity of materials is issued and the finished goods is entered. The material is issued from the inventory location stored in the BOM and the primary item inventory, respectively, depending on the selected parameter. If this position has to be closed also, the user should select Confirm Completion. For interruption management, we provide two apps: Start or stop a resource or tool's interruption. The Start Interruption app allows to start the clock for all resources or a tool. The Stop Interruption app serves for stopping any started interruption. The rules of the desktop terminal are also applied for web apps. The user can start or stop according to the resources allowed in the Personal Master Data FDC settings. For a picking process, Beas allows to work in two ways. You can do picking from an SAP picking document or picking directly from a sales order. Deciding which to use is based on the customer's processes. Please note that for this feature, the reservation system has to be activated. The apps available for supporting this process are the Picking List app, where you can select the SAP picking list, and for each picked item, you can create a reservation in Beas. The other app to support the pick-to-deliver process is the Pick and Pack sales order. Instead of using the picking list from SAP as reference, we use the sales order and quantity reserved in Beas. Our new release also includes the Pick Delivery web app. For picked items, this app allows to select from a picking list or sales order to create the delivery note. The app creates a delivery document with the quantities previously picked or reserved. A parameter is available in the app setup to select if the customer works for SAP picking or sales order. With the Stock Transfer Request web app, you can create a stock transfer request in SAP from a specific warehouse. In the header, you can select the source warehouse, provide a delivery date, and add your remarks to the requested transaction. Please note that the bin location fields are not required for this app and are not available in the screen. After entering the mandatory information in the header tab, the line tab becomes editable. Here you can provide item-specific information. Upon selection, the exact item name and target warehouse, the currently available number of the item in its units is also indicated. Once you have saved the document, the SAP transfer request is created. In the following part of our presentation, we're going to look at new features that come with the new release. A new additional tab is available now in the Item Master Data window to provide stock information for item version. In the tree structure, you can see the several versions available for an item. You can see the batches related to the version, and the current inventory and bin location information is also displayed. Additionally, we have added yellow arrows in this tab and the bin location inventory tab as a link to information with the additional master data for batch serial number, bin location, and item version. Also, now you can find a search field for batch and serial, warehouse, and item version. Many customers use the terminal pull list to have an overview of all pending operations in all resources when viewed per user and their specific resources. With Beas 9.3 PL03, a new customized report named Work List is available. The new work list can be used for viewing all open routing positions and parallel resources. You can use it as a link through the yellow arrow to all documents and data. You use it as pull list inside SAP, part of the basic license, manage multiple entries, do the administration of open work order positions, check situations, define pull, lock and unlock routing positions for time receipt, and view existing time receipts. In the Quality Control Transfer window, we extend the feature to define a quantity for the target item in its unit of measure. In this way, when the user selects the setting, change the current item with another one, the system displays a target quantity based on the units of measure of the to item. Also, Beas now allows to set different quantities in the issue and receipt options. When the user selects this option, now the system is able to select different quantities. In this version, we're introducing the Beas service layer, which is a new generation of extension API to provide communication with Beas business objects that allow users to read data or update information by the REST service. The Beas service layer is a middle layer between the application and the database. With the BSL, you can create web applications and services without developing a backend. The BSL is working similar to the SAP service layer. It is possible to use BSL via common service and via HTTP. The way to communicate with the BSL are OData. Data via JSON, and the complete interface is optimized for the requirements of Beas and SAP. To return the information, the BSL supports different JSON variants and other formats such as XML, CSV, or HTML. With the common service, the web server service sends all crystal reports. The users can create SAP transactions through which the asynchronous working can be eliminated, and external services and third programs can be linked here, for example, executing transactions. In this version, we extended the Beas common service to use the BSL. You could also execute your own script interacting with the Beas service layer with a JSON command. Before this was only possible with writing Beas script. Especially for being able to process large volumes of data with MRP, we have improved Beas 9.3 PL03 to get a considerably better performance, up to 3 times faster calculation in MRP. The MRP took a lot of time to calculate in case of lots of open production orders. The complete calculation process in this area was revised. In the example here, we can see a database with 46,000 open work order positions and 192,000 open bill of material positions. With Beas 9.3 PL02, the overall calculation took approximately 31 minutes, while with PL03, the process took only around 11 minutes. Another feature improvement we have made in the new release is the MRP calculation progress bar you can see in the bottom section of the program screen. In the custom MRP tables, our new feature is the support of breakdown replenishment. In the MRP scenario, you can define your own custom tables, but breakdown replenishment was not supported for own tables. Beas now checks all settings defining breakdown replenishment for own tables as well. Several events from quality control transfer are now available, allowing you to add your own validations in the transfer documents. The following extensions are executed in Beas 9.3 PL03. Now we expand a maximum of 200 positions in the work order structure, which makes it possible to load the window faster. Please note that customers with more than 200 positions should open the work order details. The system expands maximum 200 assemblies per structure level and displays a warning message. The structure view is not ideal to open the entire list of positions because the user may lose the overview inside the structure view. If the user needs a complete list, he can open the work order tab position. If you have many bill of materials positions, it took a long time to open the reservation list, issue or allocation windows. The reason for this was the item history function, which Beas executes for every material position. In the past, it was possible to disable this function in the configuration wizard. If disabled, the system didn't execute the slow item history function. But now, the reservation issue window loads gradually faster if you activate the item history function as well. In the area of APS, we have added material check for external operations. Not reserved stock on external warehouses is supported if the material is linked to an external routing position. When the material position is linked to an external operation, now the system considers external warehouse for material linked to an external operation. Stock is enough and you can see the bill of materials entry in the shortage report for this work order position. The script editor has also been improved. It is now able to display the content of a data store. In an area object, you can make a double click on the object. Beas opens the standard Internet Explorer and displays the content of the data store. Now let's have a look at our system improvements in the fresh release. In the past, if Beas calculated MRP, APS or other complex calculations, the used memory increased. One of the problems was memory leaks related to visual objects. These are areas which the system didn't delete after using. Now the problem with visual objects is solved. In combination with other changes, we can reduce the need in memory. Together with memory handling, this allows for calculating mass data. The Beas script function, work order booked, can be called from many windows, for example the structure view, time received, closed work orders, and so on. In the past, this function was slow as the system always read the information from table IGE1 or IGN to check booked quantity. If you have a large database, this process can take long. But now, in Beas, there is a field for work order position and bill of materials in which this information is saved. This column is always actual and the database task checks if the correct information really is inside or not. It is not necessary to check the large tables IGE1, IGN1. In certain areas, the program will be significantly faster if you're working with a large database or many records in this table. With the following new Beas script function, it is possible to check the change function. This returns current booked quantity for work order positions and work order bill of materials. The Beas Managed Server now comes with more information on additional functions for all Beas services. You can now access correct and complete web addresses for every service with additional functions. If you click on the question mark, you can access more information about this app. It opens the Beas Online Help documentation in the standard browser. Clicking on the yellow arrow, the application opens in the standard browser, and clicking the clipboard icon, the address is copied to the clipboard. As for the new Crystal engine, Beas provides print object CR report support. As of the new release, Beas supports all properties from the old Crystal engine like paper size, paper source, top margin, paper orientation and others, and also additional properties like paper size width and paper size height. Last but not least, we would like to inform our users that as the Beas application and Beas installation files are now signed with the company certificate, the setup comes without Microsoft Windows warning messages to prevent the execution. This concludes our video on the new features, existing feature and system improvements and the fixes of Boyum IT's Beas Manufacturing 9.3 PL03. We encourage you to upgrade to this latest version of our solution and to keep in touch concerning any questions you might have. Please visit our community on the link below and stay tuned for our upcoming videos.